What happened when a single dad janitor was asked to play the piano as a joke will leave you in tears. What he played made even the CEO cry. Stick around till the end. Because this is one story you'll never forget. And before we start, if you love powerful, heartwarming stories that restore your faith in humanity, hit that subscribe button and like this video right now, because here on Kindness Stories, we share real stories that change hearts. Michael Parker was the kind of man most people walk past without a second glance. He was 42 years old, with tired brown eyes that carried the weight of too many sleepless nights and too many unspoken worries. Every morning, before the first employee stepped into the sleek glass building of Aldridge & Co., Michael was already there, mopping floors, emptying trash cans, and humming quietly under his breath. He wasn't humming out of joy, he was humming because music was his safe place, a little refuge from a world that had taken too much from him. You see, Michael wasn't always a janitor. Once upon a time he was a dreamer. At 18, he was a piano prodigy. He could make keys sing, turn silence into magic. His dream was to study music, to play on grand stages, to write symphonies that would outlive him. But life doesn't always honor dreams. His mother fell sick, bills piled up, and college became an impossible luxury. He traded sheet music for work boots, concerts for construction sites. Then came Lily, his daughter, his light, his everything. When Lily's mother walked out without a goodbye, Michael didn't complain. He held his baby girl in his arms and whispered, "I'll never leave you. Ever." And he didn't. But it meant working 2 jobs, scrubbing floors at night, fixing things in the day, and always coming home with just enough strength to kiss Lily goodnight before collapsing on the couch. What nobody knew, not his co-workers, not even his boss, was that music never left Michael. At night, when Lily was asleep, Michael sat by an old second-hand keyboard he'd saved up for, the one missing 2 keys, and he played. Not for an audience, not for applause. Just for himself and for Lily's dreams. It was the only thing that kept him going when life felt unbearable. That Friday, the company was buzzing, the CEO's birthday, a big deal at Aldridge & Co. The top floor was turned into a party hall, filled with laughter, champagne, and the hum of expensive suits brushing past polished marble. Michael was just finishing up cleaning a hallway when he heard someone call out, "Hey Mike!" It was Brian, one of the junior managers. The kind of guy who loved making jokes at others' expense. "You're done, right? Come join the party for a minute." Michael hesitated. He didn't belong there. He wasn't dressed for it, and besides, his shift wasn't over. But Brian was persistent. "Come on man, just 5 minutes. There's food. Live music." He laughed and pointed toward the grand piano standing like a jewel in the corner of the room. Michael walked in quietly, like a shadow among the sparkling crowd. Nobody paid him much attention, just the janitor in his worn uniform. But then Brian smirked and said loud enough for everyone to hear, "Hey, Mike, why don't you play us something on the piano?" People laughed. "Yeah, Mike, give us a tune." Someone else chimed in. It was meant as a joke, a way to make the janitor look silly. Michael froze. He hated being the center of attention. He wanted to say no. But then he thought about Lily. About the little girl who believed her daddy was the strongest man in the world, and something inside him whispered, "Show them who you are." Michael walked slowly toward the piano. The laughter softened into murmurs. People exchanged amused glances. They expected him to bang a few random keys, maybe make a fool of himself. But when he sat down, something changed. His hands hovered over the ivory keys, and for a moment, he closed his eyes. In that silence, Michael wasn't a janitor. He wasn't a man carrying the weight of broken dreams. He was 18 again, sitting in his old music class, hearing his teacher say, "Michael, you were born to play." And then, he began. The first notes were soft, like a whisper of wind in an empty field. Then came a melody so pure, so aching with emotion that it silenced the entire room. Conversation stopped. Glasses froze midair. The laughter died. The music grew, rising like a tide, every note telling a story. Of struggle, of love, of nights spent hoping for a better tomorrow. It was raw, unpolished, but it was real. It was Michael's soul, poured into sound. People stared, mesmerized. Some had tears in their eyes and didn't know why. Even Brian, the man who mocked him, stood frozen, his smug smile gone. The CEO, a man known for being stoic and ruthless in business, felt his throat tighten. He saw his own father in Michael. He saw every sacrifice, every dream buried under responsibility. By the time Michael struck the last note, the room wasn't just quiet, it was holy. For a moment, no one moved. Then, like a wave breaking, applause erupted. People were on their feet, clapping, cheering, some wiping their cheeks. Michael sat there, head bowed, unsure what to do. The CEO walked up to him, eyes glistening, and put a hand on his shoulder. "Where did you learn to play like that?" he asked softly. Michael hesitated, then said the truth: "At home. When my little girl sleeps." The CEO swallowed hard. "You're incredible." That night changed everything. The CEO invited Michael to his office the next day. He didn't just thank him. He offered him a promotion, a raise, and a full scholarship for Lily's education. Michael tried to hold back tears, but he couldn't. For the first time in years he felt seen. He felt that maybe, just maybe, dreams don't die, they just wait for their moment. If that story touched your heart as much as it touched ours, do something right now. Hit the like button and subscribe to Kindness Stories, because we believe the world needs more moments like these. And trust me, you won't want to miss what's coming next. The next morning, Michael walked into the office like he always did. Quiet, invisible, carrying his mop and bucket. But this time, something was different. People looked at him, not through him. Some smiled, others whispered. Michael felt their eyes but kept his head down, unsure if yesterday was a dream. Then, his phone buzzed. It was a message from HR: "Please report to the CEO's office immediately." Michael's heart pounded. Did he do something wrong? Was he in trouble for playing the piano? He wiped his hands on his uniform and made his way upstairs. The CEO's office was massive, with floor-to-ceiling windows overlooking the city. The man himself stood by the glass, hands in his pockets, gazing out like he was deep in thought. When Michael entered, the CEO turned, and for a moment, they just looked at each other. Then, a genuine, warm smile Michael had never seen before. "Michael," he said, walking forward, "I couldn't sleep last night. I kept thinking about your music and about you." Michael didn't know what to say. "Sir, I'm sorry if I caused any trouble." The CEO raised a hand, stopping him. "Trouble? You reminded me why we do what we do. You reminded me what passion looks like." He paused, then continued, his voice softer. "I read your file. You've been here 7 years. Never late. Never complained. And you're raising a daughter on your own." Michael felt a lump in his throat.